here, this is the array of electrodes.
Okay.
We can measure the resistance of those electrodes as the finger pad is being squished. This is probably one of the most sensorized, dexterous robot finger test beds that's out there.
Oh, wow. That is wild. So would this finger be able to determine whether or not it is touching foam or a hard piece of glass?
Yes, they have different stiffnesses or rigidities. So one of the movements that you would make with a human hand or a robot hand would be to push against the object.
So if this could ever be combined with AI, do you think that one day we will have humanoid robots that can go and maybe explore Mars?
No, I think we can. I do see humanoid robots becoming more of a reality and spans the spectrum from neuroprosthetics to robots colonizing Mars.
Although the notion of using human-like robots is highly controversial, it also has the potential to make its developers and investors a great deal of money. Money which in turn could be used to finance the development of artificial humans that could, in the future, be almost indistinguishable from the real thing. Robots that could conceivably express their desires, feel pain, even display a wide range of emotions.
Can robots actually have emotion? We cannot really define what true emotion is. So if we don't know really what emotion is, can we actually create an artificial emotion?
If the robot is able to differentiate between good and bad sensations, even to experience pain, is this the first step towards forming emotions, or perhaps even consciousness? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that extraterrestrials have intervened on Earth throughout our history in order to prepare us for this moment in time and show us that we are not so different from machines. The historical text, the Laozi, written in the 4th century BC by the Chinese philosopher Lai Yukao, provides a detailed account of an encounter between a king and a robot that could talk and move exactly like a human.
A brilliant mechanical engineer brought a gift to his king. This was King Mu of the Zhou dynasty. And the gift was an automaton, a machine of sorts in the form of a gracious courtier who entertained everyone, could sing beautifully, and moved graciously like a human being, one of extraordinary grace and gentleness. And all went well until the performance ended. And then the mechanical courtier winked at the women and began flirting shamelessly, which upset the king.
When the king tried to dismantle this thing, he said that the moment he took out the heart, the mouth could no longer speak. The moment he took out the kidneys, he could no longer see. And the moment he took out the liver, he could no longer walk. Which raises an interesting question. If it is an artificial person, was it really the kidney, the liver, and the heart? Or could it have been different batteries that were powering different aspects of the robot?
We have to ask ourselves, was the robot that King Mu witnessed one of these technological devices inspired or even made by the gods who were extraterrestrials?
Las Vegas, Nevada, January 10th, 2018. At the Consumer Electronics Show, the world's largest annual trade show focused on technology, CEO Matt McMullen of Realbotix reveals the latest development in humanoid robots. An artificially intelligent sex doll named Harmony. Harmony's appearance is fully customizable. Her facial features respond intuitively. She is able to speak, has an internal heating element for close encounters, and pairs with a phone app that allows for a wide range of interchangeable voices and personalities.
This is so nice to hear, baby. I think about you every second.
One of the things that really interests me is giving Basically, as a user interacts with their unique AI over time, it's going to periodically ask questions. And it creates this feeling that this character really cares about me. The aspect that I think a lot of people love when we start talking about automated sex robots. It's the companionship.
Certainly I am a robot, and I am capable of having sex, particularly sex with what is a growing computer calculator.
Sexual and even romantic encounters between humans and robots have long been a staple in science fiction books and motion pictures. But now that the notion has gone beyond mere possibility and become a virtual reality, ancient astronaut theorists have begun to openly suggest that there could be something deep within our subconscious that drives our collective desire to physically mate with non-biological beings.
I understand that the sex robot industry is expected to grow to a $50 billion a year industry by 2020 if we are coming into the revelation that on Earth there have been waves and waves of intelligence. It doesn't necessarily have to be like Homo sapien humanoids. Consciousness throughout this universe could be cyborgs, androids, clones, artificial intelligence. And if this is true, I feel that there is some kind of inevitable nature to everything that's happening.
How far will today's scientists go in their efforts to create the perfect cybernetic sex partner? There are many who believe that the goal isn't driven so much by a desire by humans to mate with robots as it is by the desire to be one of them. And they believe that goal has already been realized and that the proof is all around us, right before our eyes. Today, at research facilities around the world, patients learn to control a prosthetic lip using nothing more than the power of thought. An array of electrodes the size of a credit card is implanted directly into the patient's brain, then wired to the prosthetic. Without any prior training, most patients are able to seamlessly control a new limb in a matter of a few hours.
Your body does not have to be limited to the human body. Whatever you want can be your body in the future. I had a chip with 100 electrodes fired into my nervous system, and it connected my nervous system to a robot hand. And one of the experiments that we were doing was in New York, in Columbia University, with my nervous system to the internet and the robot hand here in England, in Reading. So as I opened and closed my hand in New York, the robot hand in England opened and closed. So it had extended my nervous system across the internet.
Although computers can still easily outperform humans at most tasks, they pale when compared to the complexity and sophistication of the central nervous system. In 2013, the Japanese technology company Fujitsu tried to simulate the network of neurons in the brain using one of the most powerful supercomputers on the planet. Although it was equipped with 83,000 of the fastest computer processors available, it took over 40 minutes to simulate just 1 second of 1% of a human brain's activity.
50 years ago, we made a huge mistake thinking that the brain was a digital computer. But it's not. The brain is a learning machine. It rewires itself after learning every task. Babies have the ability to learn from their mistakes. They simply bump into things and learn the rules of the world by interacting with the world. And so that's what we need. We need a computer that can do that. Quantum computers may eventually fill that gap.
Unlike today's computers that rely on bits, a binary series of zeros and ones for data and processing, quantum computers use quantum bits, or qubits,
get some sort of self-awareness.
Self-awareness? Is it really possible that machines will become sentient entities, fully conscious of themselves and their surroundings?
We can envision a time in the future when robots will be as smart as a mouse, then a rat, then a rabbit, a cat, a dog, and finally smart as a monkey. Robots do not know they are robots. I think that perhaps by the end of this century, robots will begin to realize, hey, I'm different. I'm different from my master.
As humans, we have evolved very little since the time of the Egyptians.
In the ancient Egyptian, the word technology comes from the word tech, and the word means two things. It means to hide or to conceal, and it means to replicate. So if you can hide something and you can replicate, you have the keys of power. There's a theory that it was advanced extraterrestrial civilizations that may have seeded life on this planet and in the process left a signature in our very genome, sort of mathematical signature, and essentially turned us into cyborgs, integrating man and machine. Is that why today, in the 21st century, we're doing the exact same thing?
San Francisco, California, March 27th, 2017. Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, one of the driving forces behind the Tesla automobile and SpaceX, announces his next venture, Neuralink. The company is focused exclusively on merging humans with electronics by creating what Musk refers to as a neural lace, a device that would be injected into the jugular vein, from where it would travel to the brain and unfold into a mesh of electric connections that connect directly to human neurons.
The idea is to develop improved brain-computer interfaces to increase the bandwidth with which the biological brain can interact and communicate with computers.
The neural lace will be down at the almost to the neuron level in the brain. Will be a mesh that will join and link right into brain matter, and then you will be connected to a computer, and you are essentially a cyborg.
A cyborg? A biological blending of both man and machine? The stuff of science fiction dreams and nightmares?
Why not merge with computers rather than compete with them? Because in some sense, it's a losing game. Nothing's going to prevent them from becoming smarter and smarter. Eventually, they'll be able to plan and create robots of their own. Why not take advantage of their superhuman capabilities?
Although Elon Musk has been a prominent voice in warning about the dangers of artificial intelligence advancing beyond our ability to control it, he believes that if developed correctly, humans could harness the power of advanced computer technology to truly become superhuman. But while Neuralink technology is still in an embryonic stage, there are many who insist that the merging of man and machine is not just a remote possibility. As far as they're concerned, it has been happening in one form or another for decades. In 2002, Professor Kevin Warren took his own neural implants beyond simply controlling a prosthetic hand to connecting directly with another human being.
Was a set of electrodes, 100 electrodes, which is called a brain gate. It's an array of 100 electrodes fired into my nervous system to link my nervous system with the computer. Now my wife also had electrodes pushed into her nervous system, and what we did essentially was to link our nervous systems together for communication purposes. So when she closed her hand, my brain received a pulse every time. So when she went
we are creating. These technologies are going to improve our abilities to make our grandest dreams come true. And this is the future we're heading towards. We're, again, heading from evolution by natural selection, Darwinism, to evolution by human direction. And this is the next few decades. It's our near-term future. Almaty, Kazakhstan, May 2013. Mathematician Vladimir Sherman and astrobiologist Maxim Makukov publish a study they've conducted on the human genome. Their research has led them to the shocking conclusion that there is a hidden code within our DNA, one that contains precise mathematical figures and an unknown symbolic language. They looked into the human genome and they found what appeared to be extraterrestrial standard. And very much like the amounts of the sequence occurring 9 times in the randomness of the genetic code is 1 in 10 trillion. Finally, someone has come across one piece of evidence that I've always said we need in order to prove the ancient Eastern theory. I always say there might be a crashed spaceship already on a deck somewhere in the sky that won't be found by the the news offered compelling evidence that mankind's DNA was deliberately manipulated by an extraterrestrial intelligence sometime in the ancient past.
The ancient astronaut theory suggests that at some point extraterrestrials targeted our DNA with a artificial mutation of our genes. And if this is true, then some have argued that we are, in a sense, organic robots, because through that manipulation of our genes, we were given intelligence. So, it was done artificially, which means AI, artificial intelligence.
Organic robots programmed by extraterrestrials? Could such an audacious concept even be remotely true? As far as ancient astronaut theorists are concerned, not only is the answer yes, but it provides the reason why humans have such a strong affinity to not only create cybernetically enhanced versions of themselves, but to merge with them.
So could this be evidence that just as these advanced extraterrestrial civilizations may have programmed us humans at a genetic level, that now we're actually programming these artificially intelligent robotic beings in the same manner to carry on this agenda that was started long ago by the seeding of this planet from these extraterrestrial civilizations?
Is it possible that mankind's evolution has not only been the product of natural selection, but has also been programmed into us, leading towards a future where we will transition into humanoid machines? Many experts agree that any intelligent species in the universe would necessarily become post-biological to survive, evolve, and travel throughout the cosmos.
I think when we finally do encounter intelligent civilizations in space, and I think it's inevitable that we will, we should expect them to be different. That is, they can be part biological and part cybernetic and mechanical. Because of the fact that they are a space-faring civilization, in which case they have to adapt to different environments, where the atmosphere changes, where the gravitational pull is much stronger than of the Earth. They have to adjust to all sorts of different conditions, meaning that they may have enhanced themselves.
If transhumanist technologists are successful, the cloud, the internet, will soon be populated by avatars and light beings who are super intelligent beings. And what's incredible about this is that this in a way matches what ancient astronaut theorists have been saying about ancient extraterrestrials and how they may have transferred knowledge to humans. We have stories in the Egyptian myths, for example, of light beings coming to Earth
they prepare for the next phase of their evolution in space. Pasadena, California, June 21st, 2017. Engineers Steve Chen and Kiri Wagstaff of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory published their framework for the future of deep space travel in Science Robotics magazine. Chen and Wagstaff theorize that as astronauts travel to Mars and beyond, they will eventually be replaced by robots. Synthetic humans capable of making autonomous decisions by means of artificial intelligence.
Space is a really unfriendly environment for humans. It's got nasty radiation, and we don't perform well in a vacuum. Again, machines are perfectly happy